The coronation of King Charles in May will be one of the biggest events of the year, and amongst those counting down the days to the crowning moment are the boys and girls at his old school, which is actually right here in the south.
His Majesty was the first heir to the throne to be educated with other youngsters instead of by tutors in royal palaces. So imagine the excitement when the young prince arrived for his first day at CHEAM School in Headley near Newbury. As Steve Humphrey reports, his historic moment was captured on film by the newsreel cameras.
That first day of boarding school, with slightly anxious parents handing over slightly anxious youngsters to a strange new world.
It was here on the gravel driveway and up these steps that the then Prince Charles made his first and very well publicised arrival at CHEAM School back in September 1957. As the Pathé newsreel commentator explained, there was a very good reason for all of the excitement. It was a moment in history.
Yes, this 8-year-old boy is creating a great precedent. He is the first heir to the British throne to go to school. He will be the first King of England to have been educated as a boy among other boys. Admittedly, a boy with a rather special destiny. But his rank will count for little in the rough and tumble democracy of playground and dormitory.
It was quite a moment when Charles arrived. Now, 66 years later, the 400 or so pupils at CHEAM School are counting down the days until he's crowned King Charles III.
I think it's
exciting.
Weird and exciting at the same time, because even though we never met him, there's still a history that links us to him, even though we've never met or anything.
It's quite cool, sort of like in everyday lessons, seeing that maybe I'm sitting in the same seat that he done and doing the same things that he did.
Childhood can be challenging for any child, especially a future king. So I suspect there were moments where he was thinking, why am I here? Where is Mum and Dad? But at the same time, I think there was a lot of fun to be had here. So I hope he enjoyed it.
The family is welcomed by the joint headmaster, Mr. Peter.
We asked some of today's pupils to watch the archive film and to tell us what's changed since the King was here over 60 years ago.
It hasn't changed.
It's literally all the same.
Everything on the outside looks so similar, but I think the inside changed a lot.
CHEAM School has 55 acres of grounds.
Oh, that's the cricket nets.
Cricket nets, yes, has the same slope.
Oh, that might be year four classrooms.
The difference is so weird.
Oh yes, and literature too, if you insist.
Because it's the same radiator.
Yeah.
Same radiator.
While some things have stayed the same, a lot has changed at this private school since 1957. CHEAM now has girls as well as boys, and it caters for youngsters aged from 3 to 13. They're all immensely proud that the King was a pupil here.
This was like history, because this had never happened before, and it's sort of weird to think that it happened at the school that we go to like every day, which is our just day-to-day life.
It's going to be like weird seeing him getting crowned and knowing I've been like sat in like the same classroom as where he sat.
Amongst the boys at CHEAM School who rubbed shoulders with the heir to the throne is Rick Marsh, who is now chairman of the governors.
There were just perhaps two ways in which I suppose it was different. One of which was that now and again the Queen and Prince Philip came to sports day and things like that, and obviously we noticed that. And in addition, there were 2 detectives around the place, but other than that, I didn't feel our life was in any way, changed, or that we were really aware of having a prince in our midst.
In the school's museum, there are some reminders of the King's time here between 1957 and 1962, including some of the notes in the medical book.
Prince Charles, I think, had a very nasty cold, or a very thick cold, as it says here. So he had some inhalations and some nose drops, and then, as you can see, he gets a little bit better.
So all the way through his school career here, we can actually see whenever he had to go and see matron.
Exactly that, yes.
Now the pupils and staff are counting down the days to their old boy's coronation.
I mean, it's thrilling for the school, and before the coronation, there'll be a week of events that we will put together. We've got a coronation committee that are planning those events, and some of those events are quite secret, so we want to surprise the children so it's memorable for them. We do mirror very much what goes on with the royal family, and we're very proud of our association with them.
On May the 6th, pupils and staff will be avidly watching the coronation, and they're all hoping that at some stage in the future, the King will come back to visit his old school.
And we'd love to know what you're doing for the coronation. Do get in touch with us via our social media pages or email us south.today@bbc.co.uk. Look forward to hearing from you.